Hey friends, welcome to my tap room. Today we are going to learn the buffalo, a classic step, a step that I remember as a child being so proud to be able to do and to do quickly, so much so that I taught my uncle how to do it, and that's been kind of a fun joke of ours as I've grown into adulthood. But the buffalo, it is part of a collection of military tap steps, which just basically means it's got a very straight 2-4, 4-4 sound. If you are used to hearing drum cadences or military taps, anything in that march style, then you're used to those rhythms, and the buffalo matches those rhythms. So we're gonna jump right in and learn it. So you're gonna mirror me just as always. So if I'm picking up my right foot, you're picking up your left foot. So we're going to actually put all of our weight on our supporting leg. So if you recall, a supporting leg is the one that's holding our weight. The working leg is the one that's doing the work. So just for a moment, you're going to put your weight on your right foot. And as you do this, I want you to imagine that your center of gravity is like a ball, and it's right here in your belly. And that's like a plumb line or a string that goes down to the floor. Right now, it is right in the center, and it is hitting the floor in between my feet. But as I shift my weight over to one side, my center of gravity has to shift, because if I tried to keep it over here, I would fall over. So I am shifting my center of gravity over my supporting leg. That way I can keep nice balance. I'm going to bend my knee so that my center of gravity is low. This is what helps me in all of tap dancing, is to make sure my center of gravity is adjusting appropriately and it is low to the ground. So all my weight is on my supporting leg, and I'm actually going to take my working leg and I'm going to put it kind of flexed and in front. Just a little bit in front, because I'm getting ready to transfer my weight directly onto it. This is a direct transfer. So I'm going to step just on the toe tap of my shoe, okay? So I was here and I just step on it, and I am shifting all of my weight. So as you can imagine, now that ball has to shift over to this side so that my center of gravity is pushing through this side so that I can keep balance nice and low, because I'm going to pick up my other leg. This is your left leg, and I'm going to shuffle out to the side. So I've been here, I'm stepping on it. I'm going to pick it up, and remember, a shuffle is a brush and then a spank. We lifted the knee and we brush and we spank back up. So I step on it, I brush, spank, and then I step back on it. And as I step back on it, again, this is a direct transfer of weight. There is no transition. It is here, shuffle, back. And as I go back, I'm returning my foot to its position to start. Okay, and that is the buffalo. It is just step, shuffle, step. Now, part of the key to success here is you want to make sure that you are not stepping too far forward, too far out to the side. It is really still underneath us. And that way we can make sure that we're not throwing our center of gravity so far away from our bodies that there's no chance for our shuffle to be able to make contact with the floor. Also, we want to make sure that our knee is really lifted for that shuffle, and it doesn't have to be way far out there, and it doesn't need to go back. It surely should not go back.
Don't call me Shirley.
We want to make sure it is lifted at the knee and lifts right, that J motion. So in full time, it looks like this. Do you hear the rhythm? 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4, 5 and a 6, 7 and a 8. Right? Very, very straight. That military march sound. Let's do it again. 5, 6. Here we go. 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4, 5 and a 6, 7 and a 8. And as you probably noticed, I'm not just stepping. Once I've kind of gotten the step, I am now jumping onto that foot. So I'm not just stepping it, shuffling and stepping back. I'm actually jumping onto that weight. Jump, shuffle, jump. Jump, shuffle, jump. Jump, shuffle, jump, which is especially so important. Why? When I'm shifting that weight, my center of gravity is over my toe, and I'm really bent down as far as I can to the ground comfortably. That way I am not, as I'm jumping, I'm not shifting my weight so much that I fall over. So if you've seen buffaloes before, you might see some hand motions like this. Okay, that's very classic. If you're looking for the classic buffalo look, it's gonna be out and in. Sometimes people use fists. Or you can just keep your hands down like I'm doing. Now, as I talk about all this weight shift and all this balance, all this transfer of weight, you might be thinking, yeah, that's what's really hard about tap dancing. Especially as an adult beginner, we can see the steps, understand the steps, hear the rhythms, understand the rhythms, but when we go to put it in our feet, it is hard because our bodies aren't used to that shifting of weight, and we have very little muscle memory. So if you're struggling with that, I have a quiz for you to take. It's going to help you identify that hurdle and give you a guide to help solve it today to transform your tap dancing. There's a link below. Go ahead and grab it. Let's do 3 more buffaloes to close it out. 5, 6, 7, 8. Had to do 4 to make it a solid 8. Okay, thank you for joining me. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.